So if an unpleasant feeling tone appears, then it's more likely that it's going to set off a chain of kind of negative thoughts and feelings and emotions. If a positive or pleasant feeling tone appears, it's more likely going to have a succession of, pleasant moments. And each one triggers the next and the next and the next. But actually, if you can see that process as it begins to happen, you've got a moment where you can actually make allowances for, negativity, distressing thoughts and feelings, so you can take effective action. And that can give you an awful lot more control over your life.
Interesting. And that'd be super helpful in, everyday building, right? If you find yourself in a position where you're going to start yelling at your underlings or whatever, you might want to take a minute.
Yes, absolutely. But to me, what's most interesting about all of this is these meditations are 2,500 years old, and yet they chime so wonderfully with a lot of the up-to-date neuroscience, because we make sense of the world in a radically different way to what people expect. The traditional view is we have data streaming from our senses, if we're looking at a scene, looking at a park or a car or whatever, we see the outline of, say, a car, an automobile rather, and, its color and its shape and all the rest of it. And we recognize it as an automobile. Now, that's actually not how the way the mind works. What we have is an internal model. And so when we look at something, the data coming from our senses just checks how accurate the model is. And it's as simple as that. We experience, it's almost like a virtual reality in our mind. And the data coming from our senses just checks how accurate it is. And it's as simple as that. And that allows us to allows the brain to function a lot quicker. It consumes far fewer resources, and that's why nature has given us a brain that works in that way.